If you ever wanted to dress yourself up and being unattractive and want to push your husband to marry some other woman because he feels unfulfilled in this area, continue on that path. Continue with a slick mouth. Assalamu alaikum, peace. I am Coach Nazir, one of the founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Continuing with our series, Why Men Want Multiple Wives. I'm going to share something with you, and I know I've read the comments. Some people are like, well, what if the woman wants this? Or how about this? Or what if she was on the other foot? And so on. Listen, I'm just giving you the real. You can like it, you can take it, you can leave it. Totally on you. But this is not an emotional rant that I'm going on saying these are reasons why men do this, working with hundreds of men individually and thousands actually across the planet. I'm letting you know what men are saying. They may not be willing to tell you this for a number of different reasons, but that's the topic for another video. But we talked about one, their main desire that has nothing to do with their current wife or wives, or even whether they're married or not. And we also talked about some of the reasons going from emotional, physical, and mental reasons. So these different categories where they may feel unfulfilled. Okay? Yes, unfulfilled. And I'm going to share some terminology with you that you may be able to relate to on your level as a woman, because there are a lot of different buzzwords going on, whether there's words like, it's toxic or whatever other psychological terms that are being used, so you can really understand, because men, we usually don't engage and start saying, well, you know what, I need to speak and really have the support system so that I can be vulnerable with you. And we do not generally speak like that, at least not straight men with normal levels of testosterone. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to share something with you that really falls under the emotional kind of / mental area where men desire multiple wives. Now, keep in mind, this is not a man wanting to throw away a wife because he feels unfulfilled in a certain area. He still wants to be married, but he wants to add on. He still wants to continue his responsibility and his duty to his current wife or wives. It's not that, oh, she doesn't fulfill this, so, go get another one. Like some of the comments say, y'all can get real dramatic. And of course, that's why they say drama queens. But it's pretty funny. And nevertheless, if you listen to what I'm saying, perhaps you may be able to get something from it and determine whether or not your husband or future husband may have these challenges so that you can work it out and connect better on a higher level. But one of these things, and this falls more under the emotionally unfulfilled area, is that men many times don't feel listened to, which turns into an alignment problem. An alignment problem, being on the same path, being that you may have connected initially on certain ideas, or maybe it was around a certain age or a certain level of maturity, but somebody has a goal and a vision and is moving in a certain direction and expects support, but is getting friction or resistance. I used to see this a lot when I was involved with network marketing, when I was learning and developing my entrepreneurship skills, where, there's a man that's ready to go take care of his family, sees an opportunity, he wants to get down, but his wife's not there to support him, or vice versa. There may be a woman that's more entrepreneurial, she's ready to get down and make things happen, but her husband's like, I'm really not supportive. All right, where they're not aligned on the ultimate goal. Now, here's the challenge. One of the main reasons this happens is because of lack of growth of one or both parties. A lack of growth. Now, what I mean by growth, I'm not talking about your midsection growth or anything like that, right? Or getting taller or whatever it may be. I'm specifically speaking about your mental and emotional growth. See, many people, and this is a really shocking stat, but most, from what I hear, is over 80%, never read a book again, for at least for the people who are surveyed, after high school. Over 80% of people never read a book after high school. That means somebody's telling you what to read, puts together your curriculum, your benchmarks, but you don't do it upon yourself. And if you read something, it's a magazine, it may be an article, maybe it's a fiction book or something like that, but nothing that's in that self-help, that personal development aisle. Maybe it's something from an employer. Why does that matter? Because your emotional connection and growth matters to your alignment. I know many men who, when they initially started in the family, they were broke, didn't really have much, but they had to become more. So they learned. Maybe they climbed the corporate ladder, became an engineer, or became an entrepreneur, small business owner. Now they're an employer of employees and need to figure out teamwork and leadership and figure different things out. So they are forced to grow in their position of men and developing into a man of value. But if his spouse is not doing something similar in her area, where she may be involved with a lot of entertainment or maybe like to, socialize a lot or gossip or something like that, as a man is developing into becoming a better man, you can see a separation that happens, which gets things out of alignment. So it may be that, hey, you know what? I want to watch Shark Tank or I'd rather go ahead and study, or I kick back and read this book. You want to implement things in my family, but maybe you want to kind of just chill. As in, no, I don't want to intellectually challenge myself. That is unattractive. I came across this word a while ago, and it's sapiosexual. Sapiosexual. That's the person who gets turned on by the intelligence of another person, which doesn't seem like it should be able to do that in and of itself, by itself, because there are other factors, at least for me or for men, that matter. I don't care how intelligent you are. There are other things that matter. But this word sapiosexual is a very interesting word. And women like it, men like it. I mean, women want men to be assertive. They want them to be confident and intelligent, right? That in and of itself raises a man's standard, makes him of value. This is basic stuff. But here's the thing. Men also like that. Men also like women who are on top of things, who know how to communicate their feelings and emotions by using more words. Since there are a plethora of emotions, it's not fair to just say, oh, I'm angry, or I'm sad, or I'm upset, or I'm mad, and you stay with these small levels of emotions, not really understanding the difference between being irritated or frustrated, or like I like to call fascinated, or understanding the difference between fear and anxiety. This is just on a small level. So many can become out of alignment if you are not growing together, even on a spiritual level. So the old saying goes, families that pray together stay together. The challenge is now we live in such a society that denigrates those who are spiritual, those who are moral, those who work to be righteous, that you're looked at as the odd ones out. Hey, it's show and tell time. You see this? I got this when I was traveling with my family, my wives, and my children over the last couple of years. This is really kind of a coat of arms, if you will, a coat of honor. See, this is how Turkish soldiers used to pretty much dress and be down, or the leadership did, and you really can't see it necessarily unless you look really close. It has Arabic writing on it. Now, why am I talking about that? Am I trying to sell this? No, I'm not. This is mine. But what I am saying is that men used to be different. They used to go and strive and conquer and expand, all right? And it started with family. They had strong families. Many men had multiple wives. It's called polygamy. But today, even though it has a lot of answers for modern day problems, most have no idea what to do. So they cheat, they sneak around, they pay in, all kinds of crazy things, even though I believe men are polygynous by nature. With that being said, where can you learn about how to practice it in a healthy manner, where it's honorable? It raises the status of wives. It allows men to become more, as they should strive to be, more than twice the men. We need leaders. We need those who are serious about the family so that we can return to glory on whole nother levels, instead of just having things as remnants of the past. So if you want to learn more about polygyny, then go to polygamyroadmap.com. Read the roadmap, understand how you can become more than twice the man, or how your wives or wife can also be part of that legacy. Go, polygamyroadmap.com. Hope to see you there. Something like peace. But we know that the righteous have always been the odd ones out. Messengers always rejected by their own people. We know these old sayings have lots of wisdom with it. But with that being said, are you able to take an interest in your husband's interests? Or is that, that's just him, that's just kind of what he does? Think about that a little bit. How attractive would it be for a woman that got your back, that supports you, that wants to go in the way you're going, that's learning these things to stay on track and say, I got you, and I'm with you, and I support you. And share with me your vision, and I try to patch up if anything needs some help, or what do I need to bring along for the ride? That's extremely attractive. Now, of course, I'm only talking about a man of value, meaning he has a vision to begin with. Because you know, as I know, as we say, polygyny, one, isn't for everybody. Simply mathematically, there are not twice as many women on the planet than men. So please don't get into comments and make yourself, expose ignorance like, well, it's polygamy not for everybody, of course. All right, numerically speaking, it's not going to work. However, it is for those who raise their status. But are you going to be the one that drives or pushes your husband toward it because you want to stay stuck in a certain spot? The reason they make first grade desks so small is because you're not supposed to be there that long. You're not supposed to be 10 in first grade, 12 and 14 years old in first grade, unless there's a mental handicap. So there's an expectation of progress. Like I think it was Muhammad Ali said, look, if you're still thinking the same way at 50 as you were at 20, you just lost 30 years of your life. It's called progress. So be aligned and investing in yourself. What can you do there? The same things that we talked about really in the first video. Increase your knowledge of who you are, where you come from, what it is you're looking for, how you can be that asset, that helpmate to your husband. By being able to communicate and utilizing your prefrontal cortex, which allows our brains to pause before responding. Versus, well, whatever comes up, comes out. I'll say it in front of your face and blah, blah. Shut up. Like, shut up, for real. Listen, we have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion. That is attractive. When a man can deal with and speak with someone who does not roll and flow by the seat of their pants or what they call wearing your emotions on your sleeve, because you utilize your prefrontal cortex, which gives us humans the ability to pause, not just react, but to think and respond. That's important. So what are you doing to learn about yourself? How are you keeping yourself up? Are you learning more about your health as you grow older? What are you doing when it comes to your parenting styles, your personal fitness, your femininity, or how to cater to your husband? Men like different types of things. Women, my mother did it, my wife, my daughters do it with my brothers. They do this grooming thing. Like if there's something on their face, there's a pimple need to be popped, there's something out of place, they need to dig a hair, ingrown hair, or whatever out. Like women do that. They'll clip the nails, toenails, they'll do all kind of stuff, right? Manicure, pedicure, all of that. Are you catering to him like that? Are you giving him those intimate touches, whether it's on the back of the neck or wiping the head or maybe rubbing the feet, putting them up on the pillow? Are you learning more about that? See, even if you're not doing it, even if you're not married, how can you better cater to him? How can you make him feel like you are appreciative of him, like you adore him, how you are grateful for him for what he does for you and the family? Are you doing anything there? These things are in alignment because the more you do, the more he wants to do for you. It's that law of reciprocity. He wants to be appreciated. He's doing what he do, even when there's complaints, even when there's bitching and moaning and all that kind of stuff, and not recognizing the stuff that we have to go through outside, arrows in our back, dealing with all kind of racism, deal with crazy politics, deal with intentional war on the black family, and then we got to come home and deal with trash. Woo. Yeah. If you ever wanted to dress yourself up and being unattractive and want to push your husband to marry some other woman because he feels unfulfilled in this area, continue on that path. Continue with a slick mouth. Continue not being aligned. Continue having the maturity of a teenager or somebody in your early 20s and not really moving in the right direction. And that's just age. You could be really wise in your early 20s. Wisdom does not come with age. Sad but true. But the question is, are you working on your maturity? Because if you're not, that mature sister becomes that much more attractive for marriage and being aligned. Now, that's not going to necessarily stop your husband from desiring polygyny. That's something inherent in us. But don't be the catalyst to go ahead and push it out there, especially if you have a problem with it. So next video, I'm going to share with you some of the things that men say when they talk about they don't want polygyny. With that being said, what I want you to do is I want you to put below in the comment section, let us know that, look, you've seen the whole video. You support what we're doing. That's what we know, or that's what we like to see. Checking the whole video out and communicating with us and stuff, and we'll, send you a like or a heart or what have you. But you know what? Let me know what got your attention the most. What was the aha moment in what I said when it comes to encouraging your husband for polygyny, especially if you don't want it? All right. So what I want you to do is, if you don't have any specific comment or aha, put down alignment is everything. Or put down your comment, your aha moment, and also include alignment is everything. Again, we appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell. I'm going to continue to share videos and share with you what it takes to practice polygyny in a healthy fashion from top to bottom. You can like it, you can not like it, but say la vie. It is what it is. With that being said, I'm Coach Nazir. I'm the coach that helps people get their shift together. With that, Assalamu alaikum. Peace.